What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing content predictions for this weekend's drop here in NBA 2K25 My Team. I've done this video a couple of times this year, and y'all seem to have enjoyed it so far. So I will take another stab in the dark here, and we will try to guess what tomorrow's content is going to look like. Leaks will be coming later today as y'all watch this. I'm recording this on Wednesday night, but dropping it Thursday morning. And we got some predictions here. Got 3 pink diamonds, 5 diamonds, and 1 amethyst that I am predicting as part of tomorrow's drop, which, if keeping with the way they've done their last several Friday drops, is the format that we will likely see, because I mean, this past Friday, 3 pink diamonds, 5 diamonds, 1 amethyst. The week before was stealth mode, same thing, 3 pink diamonds, 5 diamonds, 1 amethyst. Dunktober, 3 pink diamonds, 5 diamonds, 1 amethyst. Barbecue buckets, same exact thing. I think it had 6 diamonds, but yeah, y'all see the point. 6 diamonds and 2 amethysts in barbecue buckets. So that was a bigger drop. But the way they've been doing these drops recently with the 22 card drops the past 3 weeks is the way that I'm going to continue to predict this one as well. So before we hop in it and start guessing, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily My Team content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So starting off with Amethyst, and my prediction for Amethyst is maybe a hopeful one. I totally understand that. Is it a super likely prediction? Probably not. But I want Amethyst DeAndre Ayton. This is the card, when I look at these Amethyst hidden gems, that I really want to drop, because he will be just an incredible budget option in a game where budget options are honestly a bit limited. A guy like DeAndre Ayton as a budget center would be by far and away the best budget center in the game, and able to compete with top bigs in My Team. He's 7 foot, 92 offense, 95 defense, can shoot, great dunker, versatile, good defender, solid speed at 80 speed, 92 rebounding. This would be far and away the best budget center in the game. Hoff, Rise Up, and Paint Patroller, gold interior defensive badges as well. You add a couple shooting badges to DeAndre Ayton, and he is an absolute dog at the center position. So I am hoping this card drops sooner than later, and it might be wishful thinking, but that's my prediction for tomorrow's Amethyst. Fingers crossed I get it right. Second prediction is going to be the diamonds, and I'm going to start with a bit of a weirder name for diamond. And again, when we look at the diamonds, the last few drops, there's been a lot of like meh diamonds and then 1 or 2 really good ones. That's kind of how I'm predicting this drop as well. So we'll start off with a little bit more of a meh, but he'd be pretty good diamond in Antonio McDice. So this is a 6'9" power forward. I mean, he's not an unbelievable shooter, but he genuinely has a pretty good release, 73 ball with 91 mid-range. Good dunker, super solid defender, good rebounding, great speed. I mean, he would be a solid card. 9 Hoffs as well. Maybe the 9 Hoffs makes it a little unlikely we get this card, but we've gotten some diamonds with a lot of Hall of Fame badges recently, and this Antonio McDice isn't a huge name, but would be a very good card and would be a very, very solid diamond to start with. So I think he's a one that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Another guy who would make a lot of sense would be small forward Steven Jackson, 97 offense, 93 defense. Really good shooter, has a nice release, solid slasher, 84 steal, 88 perimeter, 82 interior, 88 speed, 88 vert. Low strength, yes, but still a very solid card. Offset shots, challenger, posterizer, slippery off ball pest. A very, very solid diamond card in his own right. He would be very, very nice. And then the other diamond that I think is going to be a good card that we would get tomorrow would be point guard diamond Marcus Smart. 6'4" PG, 92 offense, 99 defense. Would be a very affordable, well, not super affordable. He probably wound up being close to 200,000 MT, but he'd be a more affordable top PG in the game. Good shooter, elite slasher, super good perimeter defender, and 90 interior as well. Is it a little early for a card this good as a diamond point guard? I don't really know, but I would love to see him come tomorrow with the amount of defense this card has, as well as having as good of slashing and overall ability as he does have. So diamond Marcus Smart would be super duper nice. Now, a couple of not so good diamonds that I think we get tomorrow. Not as big of names, not as good of cards. Coutinho Mobley at shooting guard, an undersized shooting guard. Yes, he's a good shooter, but he's not an elite slasher. Defensively, he's pretty mediocre. This would be one of those guys who, kind of like Manu Ginobili last week, is just pretty mediocre. Elite shooter, yes, but overall not an elite card. Makes sense to me as one of the lower tier diamonds. And then the other diamond, also in my opinion, not a great card, Rob Williams. 6'9" center, can't shoot either, 25 3-ball. Now he's a great dunker, he's a great inside center, very versatile, good defender, good rebounder, solid speed. But again, a 6'9" inside who can't shoot the ball would not be an elite level card, and that would make sense to give us a couple of diamonds that are not as good to, I guess, water down the pool a little bit, which is something that 2K has definitely been doing pretty recently. So, yeah, that would be something that would make some sense to me to see tomorrow, is a couple of diamonds that aren't as good as well. But I'd love to see guys like, especially Steven Jackson and Marcus Marcus Smart tomorrow. They would be really, really good diamonds, and I'm sure we're going to get 1 or 2 good diamonds, so those are my predictions. Next, we have the pink diamonds. And pink diamonds, hard to predict. Last week, we got a shooting guard and really 2 small forwards and a big. KD can play power forward. Jimmy can play shooting guard. Moses can play power forward center. I mean, it's kind of hard to predict positionally, but I do think we get a point guard this week. And looking at the pink diamond hidden gem point guards, there's a couple ones that make sense, right? But there's one guy, and again, this might be wishful thinking, but he makes a lot of sense. NBA season just started. Pink diamond Luka Doncic would be a very, very logical headliner. A 6'7" PG, awesome offensively, releases kind of mediocre, but 96 3-ball, pretty solid slasher with an 80 driving dunk. Defensively, he's very mediocre, which makes sense. It's Luka. 79 perimeter, 79 interior. Good rebounder, great speed. Has a lot of size at point guard at 6'7". They've already dropped a 6'6" PG and D book. Luka would not be a shocking card to get. Has really good offensive badges. Defensively, though, needs some work, and even with his size, would struggle a bit defensively because of the mediocre statistics, and he would need a lot of defensive badges to truly be good. With that being said, he's a big name, and he would make a lot of sense to start off the NBA season with a superstar player like Luka in this drop. Additionally, next pink diamond is going to be, there's always one pink diamond that's not quite as big of a name or as elite of a card. And that's not totally fair. I would say last week we didn't exactly have that guy, but Jimmy and Moses, neither of them are like huge pack selling gigantic names. The week before that, we got pink diamond Drazen Petrovic. The week before that, it was pretty big drop. A lot of good pink diamonds in that one. This one, we got Siakam, not as big of a name, not as big of a pack seller. Here, obviously these are all big names, but Gary Payton, I would say, is not quite as much of a pack seller. There's always that guy who's not quite as good, quite as elite as a pink diamond. And you know who kind of makes sense to me, and I don't know why I picked this guy, but I'm going with Richard Jefferson. Just kind of makes sense. He's a good wing, would be a super solid card, great shooter, great slasher, really good defender, great stats all the way around. The problem with Richard Jefferson is his jumper always sucks, and that would make sense with this card as well. He would not be elite because of his jumper being mediocre, would be the one mid diamond, or pink diamond, I should say, from this drop, and kind of makes sense to me as that secondary option, not as huge of a name at the pink diamond tier for this drop. So I don't know why Richard Jefferson's the guy I chose, but he's the one we selected. So, and then the final pink diamond is going to be pink diamond Chris Bosh, who would be a really good stretch big, 6'11", 94 offense, 92 defense, very good shooter, solid slasher, but not amazing. Defensively, 87 interior, 78 blocks, 77 perimeter, 90 rebounding, 80 speed, 80 agility, 80 vert, 84 strength. Like, this is a good stretch big, but not an unbelievable one. And honestly, badge-wise, he kind of leaves a decent bit to be desired. So yes, he's a big name, but his badges aren't unbelievable. He has a lot of lower tier badges, which makes me think this card probably will be coming sooner than later, but maybe this is a card that comes later on down the road. I really don't know. Another name that kind of would make sense to me would be Greg Oden. If we weren't to get Chris Bosh, Greg Oden makes sense to me as well. But really good inside center, can shoot the ball a bit. He's one of those guys who would definitely be a pack seller. Not as much because of the name as much as just because the card is really, really good. And Greg Oden's been good in my team a few times the last couple of years, so he's another shout that I will throw out there as well because of Chris Bosh's lack of badges. So, with that being said, that is my content predictions for tomorrow's drop. Pink Diamond, Luka Doncic, Richard Jefferson, Chris Bosh would be not the most incredible Pink Diamond drop we've ever seen. Maybe they throw Oden in there instead of Bosh. And then Diamonds, I got McDice, Steven Jackson, Marcus Smart, Coutinho Mobley, and then Diamond Robert Williams as well, and then Amethyst DeAndre Ayton as our one Amethyst. We haven't gotten a budget center in quite a long time. Would love to see him come tomorrow. Overall, those are my predictions. Let me know who you think is coming in the drop tomorrow. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.